And welcome back to the another episode of Daily Quiz for IAS Prelims 2025. It is 11th August today and we are going to discuss 10 important questions in this session. You know, if you are the first time visitor of this channel, I would like to introduce this initiative to you guys. Every day on this YouTube channel we upload two videos. One in the morning session in which we discuss the daily news analysis, we discuss the important articles which are relevant for your preparation. We try to break those articles in the simplest language possible so that it would be easy for you to understand and also pile up your information for your exams. And also in the evening session we upload this video in which we discuss the daily quiz. Every day we discuss the questions with the respect to the current affairs so that it will give you the idea how the questions could be framed from your current affairs and also help you revise your current affairs. And also we take some questions from previous year question book. We discuss them. We try to find out the methods by which we can solve them and also get the information from those questions. If you had been with me, you would definitely know that we had completed the ancient history portion and the medieval portion. Now from today we will discuss the questions related to the modern history. So first, without any delay, let us start our discussion. Before we start our discussion, I would like to request you, please do subscribe the channel and share it with your friends so that they may also get benefited from this initiative. Now, let us look at the first question here. It talks about the lakes in Himalayas. We discussed it in the newspaper today. We saw that there was an article about the glacial lakes, the number of glacial lakes increasing in the Himalayas, especially in Himachal Pradesh and the Tibet area. So we discussed the reason for that. Now we had framed a question on that basis so that it will give you the idea and help you revise that topic. Now let's look at the question. The question says which of the following statements correctly describe the impact of climate change on glacial lakes in the Himalayas? It is a very direct question. It will definitely help you revise the concept behind it. The first statement, climate change is causing the glaciers in the Himalayas to shrink and leading to the formation of new glacial lakes. It is 100% correct. Climate change does impact the glaciers. It does lead to the shrinking of the glaciers, and by shrinking we mean melting of the glaciers and leading to the formation of new glacial lakes. So statement 1 is 100% correct. Statement 2, the rise in temperature due to climate change is reducing the volume of existing glacial lakes in the Himalayas. This is totally incorrect statement because the rising temperature, its impact is that it is increasing the volume of the glacial lakes in the Himalayas. So statement 2 is incorrect. Coming to the statement 3, expanding glacial lakes in the Himalayas pose a risk of glacial lake outburst floods to downstream communities. 100% correct. Statement 4, climate change has no significant impact on the glacial lakes in the Himalayan region. This is totally incorrect. So here we found out that the statement 1 and statement 3 is correct. So for the question number 1, the correct code would be option B. So for this question number 1, the correct option is option B, which is statement 1 and statement 3 only are correct in this question. Now forward to the another question. It is about the Pradhan Mantri Awas Yojana Urban. Here we had framed a question on this. Let us see what the question asks us. Question number 2. Which of the following statements about the Pradhan Mantri Awas Yojana Urban are correct? Statement 1. Pradhan Mantri Awas Yojana Urban aims to provide affordable housing to the urban poor and is implemented in cities and towns across India. 100% correct. Statement 2. The scheme provides financial assistance only to the economically weaker sections and does not cover the low income group or middle income group. I had always told you, whenever you see in a statement there are extreme extreme words. For example, only is there, not is there, all is there. So majority of the times those statements are incorrect. Same is the case with this statement. So the statement 2 is incorrect. Statement 3, under PMAY urban, The construction of houses is supported through subsidies or interest rates for housing loans and direct financial assistance. Correct. Nothing wrong with this statement. Statement 4. The objective of PMAY urban includes promoting sustainable and eco-friendly construction practices. This is partially correct but not a primary focus of the scheme. While sustainability is encouraged, the main objective of this scheme is to provide affordable housing. So with this we can conclude that option 4 is also incorrect. So for the question number 2, the correct options would be option 1 and option 3, which is from the code given below. For the question number 2, the correct options would be option A. Now moving forward to the other question, it is about the uh, we discussed about the workers' conditions in Gulf, especially with respect to Saudi Arabia, how they had come up with the change in the workers' law, domestic workers' law, migrant domestic workers' laws. So, with respect to that, we discussed about the kafala system. Here is a question about the kafala system. Let us see what this asks us. The question says, which of the following statements accurately describe the kafala system in Saudi Arabia? Statement 1. The kafala system is a labor sponsorship system that requires foreign workers to have a local sponsor for their legal residence and employment. 100% correct. Statement 2. Under the kafala system, workers have the freedom to change employers without their sponsor's consent. This is partially correct because with the new framework brought in by the Saudi Arabia, they had put up some conditions where workers can, you know, terminate their contracts by their own. But the problem in Saudi Arabia is the implementation of the law. Here we can mark this statement incorrect right now because that those laws are not implemented yet, so statement 2 is incorrect. Coming to the statement 3, the kafala system has been criticized for leading to situations of exploitation and abuse of migrant workers. 100% correct. So for the question number 3, the correct options would be option 1 and option 3. Now moving to the question number 4, it talks about which of the following Gulf countries hosts the largest number of Indian diaspora. Very straightforward question. The correct answer would be United Arab Emirates. After that, Saudi Arabia, then Kuwait and Qatar. So, correct option for the question number 4 is United Arab Emirates. A first statement. Now moving to the fifth question after today's discussion, it talks about the antibiotic, impact of antibiotics on the human microbiome. So the question says, which of the following statements correctly describe the impact of antibiotics on the human microbiome? Statement 1, antibiotics can disrupt the balance of the microbiome by killing both pathogenic and beneficial bacteria. 100% correct. It does not discriminate between these two. It kills both. It can destroy the both. Second, the use of antibiotics has no effect on the diversity of the microbiome. Totally incorrect, and it basically contradicts with the statement 1, and so the statement 2 is incorrect. Statement 3, long term or frequent use of antibiotics can lead to reduced microbial diversity and potentially contribute to health issues such as antibiotic resistance. 100% correct. Statement 4, antibiotics only affect the gut microbiome. Here we have the extreme option only, so this makes it incorrect, but let's look at the question itself. Antibiotics only affect the gut microbiome and do not impact microbiomes in other parts of the body. This is also incorrect. It affects all the microbiomes present in the human body. So for the question number 5, the correct option would be option 1 and option 3, which makes from the code given below, the correct option would be option A. So with this we complete our daily discussion daily discussion of daily quiz with respect to the current affairs. Now let's look at some previous year questions asked in the previous year papers. Here, from today we have to discuss the medieval modern part. Before we start this discussion, I would like to request you guys, please, when you watch these videos, please have your notebook in front of you and write down these questions. Right now, you may not feel these questions that important, but trust me, when the exams would be near to you, they will act as a mock test to you, as a question bank, and it will definitely help you while clearing your exam. So let's look at the question number 6. Here the question says, the interim government formed in 1946 The vice president of the executive council was, it is very direct, it is option A, Jawaharlal Nehru. So for the question number 6, the correct option would be option A. Question number 7. Hooghly was used as a base for piracy in the Bay of Bengal. Was it used by the French? No. By the British? Neither British nor Danish. It was definitely used by Portuguese. So for the question number 7, the correct option is option A. Question number 8. The Modi script was employed in the documents of the Wadiars. No, not Wadiars. Zamorians, not Zamorians. Hoysalas, not Hoysalas. It was definitely used by Marathas. So for the question number 8, the correct option would be option D. For the question number 9, which of the following is correctly matched? Do you know whenever such questions do come, I match them correctly. For Battle of Buxar, it was between Mir Qasim Shujaud and Shah Alam versus Monroe. Basically, Indian kings versus the British East India Company. And Battle of Vandiwash was between French versus East India Company. So both the statements are correctly matched. Now, the last question of today's discussion, it talks about the word Adivasi was used for the first time to refer the tribal people by. Was it mentioned by Mahatma Gandhi? No. Was it mentioned by Jyotiba Phule? No. Was it mentioned by Bhimramji and Baba Ramji Ambedkar? No. Then who mentioned it? It was definitely Thakar Bappa who mentioned it first time. So for the question number 10, the correct option would be option B. With this, we conclude today's discussion. Please do write in the comments if you need any change in this discussion. If you need any change in my teaching style, please do write in the comments, and please do share it with your friends so that they may also get benefited. And thank you very much for staying with me. God bless you.